As with other enterprise-class search platforms, before you can search content in Lucidworks, you need to create an index. Typically, this involves providing information about the various files, web pages, or database records to be made searchable, which is accomplished in Lucidworks by the creation of a new data source. In this video, you'll see how to create a new data source, how to index files including Office, PDF, text, and other types of documents, and finally how to make that content searchable. So I'll go ahead and log into Lucidworks. And then I'm going to click on the collection that we're going to be adding our new file system data source to, in this case collection 1. And once I'm on the collection page, I'm going to click Manage Data Sources in the lower right hand corner. Now there's a menu of different data source types when you're adding a new one, and since the data we're going to be indexing is in a file system, I'll choose the file system option and then click Create. We'll start by giving our data source a descriptive name, and I'm going to call this one Local Files. And next we're going to input the top level directory of the folder containing the files that we're going to index. Now in this case we're on a Windows server, and those files are under d:\data, but in Lucidworks you enter the starting directory using a / instead. And I'll just paste in the rest of the path after that. On a Linux system, simply start at the root directory with /, for example /usr/data. Let's look at the other options to see which we need to define here. In our example, we'll use the default values. There are no links to follow in our data, so I'm going to leave follow links unchecked, and I'm going to leave constrain set to none. In our simple example here, we're also going to skip the include path and exclude path options. Check the Lucidworks documentation for more information on how those work. I'm going to leave the other options blank as well, but I do like to select log extra detail, fail unsupported file types, and log warnings at the end, just to know what went wrong if there are any problems. So once you've selected these options, go ahead and click Create Data Source. And when it's finished creating the data source, you'll be back at the data source dashboard. Confirm the options in the display up here, and then you can click Start Crawl. You'll see the crawl status at the bottom of the page. So our crawl's finished now, and here are just a few notes if you happen to see something different when your crawl finishes than what we have here. So unlike when you index web content, you don't really have to worry about the crawler running away, but it's a good idea to keep an eye on the crawl to make sure you're indexing only the data you want. If Lucidworks finishes almost immediately and shows either no pages or only one page, or errors, you may have an error in your URL, so you'll need to correct that problem and start the crawl again. When Lucidworks is finished crawling the site successfully, you'll see a status page like the one we have here, and you're now ready to search. So the easiest way to search a newly indexed data source is to simply click the search menu at the top of the screen and type in a search term and click search to see your results. You'll see a summary of each document and a link to view the actual web page. You can search for other terms or click on documents in the search results list. In this video, you've seen how to define a data source and index file system content, and you saw how to stop a crawl if Lucidworks is finding unexpected content. Finally, you saw how to search your newly created collection. Thanks for watching.